Good evening, students. Hope you are doing well. So today we are going to study a new lesson in grammar, and this lesson is called relative pronouns. So relative pronouns, from this picture you can understand what are they. So they are these ones. So what does mean, or what are relative pronouns? Now, before we start with definition, I'd like to start with some examples, okay? And from these examples, we are going to understand what are relative pronouns. So, for example, we have here Muhammad is a student who has great. Sorry, this is a mistake. Who has the first mark in our school, so we have to omit this great. Okay, sorry, just 1 minute. Right, so Muhammad is a student. The student, or a student who has the great mark in our school. Right, why we used who? Now this is what we want, what we are going to see. Now this is the cafe where I sit a lot in. Okay, we have here where. This is the photo which I was looking for, which. The students whose phone has just rang should stand up. Whose. And okay, 14th of July, or the 14th of July is the date that I was born. Now, why we use here who, why where, why which, why whose, why that. That's what we are going to study. Now, after that, you are going to understand why we used here who and we didn't use where, and here why we used where and we didn't use which. You are going to understand that. So we are going to come back to these examples, right? Now this is a kind of definition. What are relative pronouns? Relative pronouns are who, whom, where, whose, which, that. And most of them, they are WH questions. أغلبية فيهم كتلقاهم بحال WH questions. We have done them before. Now this relative pronoun, this who, where, what they do. They take the place of the noun or pronoun. يعني كنحطوهم في الجملة كياخدوا المكان ديال الnoun اسم ولا الضمير. They are called relative pronouns because they relate back to something or someone else. يعني كنسميوهم relative pronouns الضمائر الموصولة ولا اسماء موصولة. Can't say this too. علاش؟ because they relate back يعني to something or someone else. كيدلوا لينا على شي واحد ولا شي حاجة أخرى. We are going to see that. They are usually used to join two sentences or clauses about the same person or same thing. يعني كيتستعملوا to join. what does mean to join؟ هي باش يعني يلصقوا لينا جوج ديال الجمل ولا جوج ديال شبه جمل على نفس الشخص ونفس الشيء. ولكن each relative pronoun has its reference. يعني كل relative pronoun عنده reference ديال relative pronoun. For example, we have who. These are relative pronouns. Their references على من كيدلوا. وهنا عندنا some examples. So we have, for example, whom. It refers to what? It refers to people. دايما who. It refers to people. Okay. And for example, we have here the doctor who did this surgery to this lady is Moroccan. Doctor, normally doctor شكيكون doctor. Yes, most of the time يعني all the time, not most of the time, all the time the doctor is a human being يعني شخص بنادم. So that's why we have done here who. ميمكنناش نستعملو مثلا which you are going to see علاش ما استعملناش management. So the doctor is what is the people person. That's why we have who. يعني الشخص اللي دار هاد العملية لهاد المرأة هو مغربي. normally لازولنا هادي if we take this خدينا هادي زولناها the doctor is Moroccan, yeah we can it's correct. ولكن the doctor يعني اللي دار العملية باش كان yes with what يعني كنربطو ما بين these sentences. ولكن تصور درنا مثلا the doctor did this surgery to this lady زولنا هاد who يعني ما غاديش تكون عندها معنى لهاد الجملة هادي. it will be grammatically false. Now we have whom also it refers to people ولكن object هذا subject and object. I know the person whom you talked to earlier on. عارف الشخص اللي هدرتي معاه يعني داك الهاء المتصلة اللي هدرتي معاه من قبل يعني قبل شوية. Okay. So يعني I know the person at whom it refers to the person هذا الشخص هذا. ولكن هذا الشخص is what is an object ماشي subject في حال هذا. Now we have whose it refers to position or relationship between people يعني العلاقة ولا الملكية شي واحد كيملك شي حاجة ولا العلاقة ما بين أشخاص ولا شي واحد yes persons that possess something. The man whose wife is a teacher died yesterday. أنا هنا the man عندنا هنا wife شنو اللي كتربط بينها شكون يربط بينها عندنا العلاقة بين the man and wife. So the man whose wife a teacher died yesterday. So which means there is a relationship between man and wife. Okay. So here we have used الرجل اللي مرته أستاذة مات البارح an example يعني. So كاين علاقة between the man and the wife. Now which we use it to objects or animals. هذه كنستعملها only for objects and animals. Okay. لاحظ. So it's different than who use it for people but which we use objects أشياء or animals. For example this is the cake which handmade. هذه هي الكيكة اللي دارتها hand. So this is what the cake شنو هي the cake. The cake is an object. مثلا this is the cat which bites sorry هنا needs s which bites me يعني هذه هي القطة اللي عضتني. So القطة it's what it's an animal. Now we have here where it refers to place. كنقول شي واحد where are you from من أين أنت يعني كتسول على المكان it's the place. So for example the desk is where the teacher put his bag. The desk راه مكان is where the teacher هو المكان اللي كيحط فيه الأستاذ يعني المحفظ ديالو. That it refers to people, objects and animals. هاد كتاخد كلشي كتجمع كلشي people, objects and animals. This is the boy that broke his leg yesterday. هذا هو الدري اللي هرس رجلو البارح. So these ones يعني خصكم تعرفوا ضروري هاد references كل حاجة نعلم it refers to what. So ميمكنناش نديرو which we cannot use which here it doesn't work at all. Okay. Now فوقاش كنستعمل how do we use them كيفاش كنستعملوهم. Okay. For example we have here Muhammad is a student. Muhammad has the first mark in our school. Okay لاحظوا هنا تقريبا نفس example اللي عندنا هنا هو محمد is the student who has the first mark in our school. ولكن الجمل كيكونوا بحال هكا and then كنربطوا بيناتهم. So محمد is a student. محمد has so شنو عندنا هنا عندنا two sentences. So here باش غنربطوا ما بين هاد الجوج جمل شنو what is the relative pronoun اللي غادي نستعملو. بما أن since we have here Muhammad so Muhammad is a person that's why we have here who. Muhammad is a student who has great sorry this is another mistake the great set machine great so who has the first mark in our school right. So we used who because we have here person محمد. ولاحظوا هنا محمد كتعاود جوج مرات ولكن هنا only one time حتى النقطة ما بقاتش. You see? So one of the good things about relative pronouns هو they avoid repetition. كيخلونا نتجنبوا التكرار ديال الاسم. ما يتعاودش بزاف المرات ولا الضمير sometimes. Okay. This is another example. This is the cafe. The cafe I sit a lot in. And then also two clauses. ولا two and clause number 1, clause number 2. So باش شنو خصنا نديرو which relative pronouns we should use. So the cafe is what? The cafe is a place. So we cannot use here who or which. So it's a place. So that's why we have here where. This is the cafe where I sit a lot in. لاحظوا تنقطة مبقاتش. The cafe متعودتش كاينة غير مرة. So it's not 2 times. So this is how we make them. This is an example where you should only use who, which, whose, or where. So for example, I went to Greece. Okay, Greece is what? Is a place where I had a nice time. So you are going to fill the gaps here using either who or which or whose. The same here. Okay, the same here. You are going to fill the gaps with an appropriate relative pronouns. إما who or which or whom or whose. على حسب شنو عندنا here. What do we have here? Okay. Here the same and exercise في حال وفحال هنا. Same like this one. We have 2 sentences. So ملي كنربطو بيناتهم خصنا نربطو بيناتهم and we use one of these one. باش نربطو ما بين 2 sentences كنستعمل واحد ولكن we should choose which one that we have to do. Okay, which one على حسب subject اللي عندنا هنا على حسب الحاجة اللي كنهضروا واش الشخص ولا الشيء ولا المكان depends. You see? So this is all about relative pronouns. I hope you understand and enjoy your time.